Hello, I'm Beth Harrington. Welcome to today's question of the week. Since we're approaching the end of the year, today we're going to talk about a year-end checklist to make sure that your plan stays healthy, both for 2013 and for next year, 2014. Our checklist starts with an inventory. Make sure you know where all of your plan documents are. If you are ever audited by the IRS, they want to have a complete record of all of your plan documents back to the inception of the plan or your last personal determination letter. So make sure you know where all of your documents are. And if you had any amendments this year, make sure those amendments are properly signed and filed with your plan documents. You might also want to check an inventory of your ERISA bond. Is it expiring this year? Are your coverage limits adequate? Those are three things on your inventory list that you might want to check and make sure everything's clean before the end of the year. The second thing on your list to do is to double check your notices. All plans require notices, it seems like, and it depends on your plan to decide what notices are required. All plans have a summary plan description, and if you've had an amendment, there's a summary of material modifications. Make sure that all of your current employees and any new employees who became eligible for your plan this year has their current copy of the SPD and the SMM. In addition to those notices, if you're a 401k plan, maybe you have automatic enrollment provisions or safe harbor provisions, those notices need to be out and delivered. If you have participant directed accounts, your fee disclosure notices may need to go out. You have until February 28th of 2014 to get your 2013 notices out, but just make sure you're on track and you've got your notices for fee schedules or fee disclosures all outlined and in place. Document your policies and procedures. Make sure you know who got notices, when they got the notices, and how they were delivered. If you have a pension plan, chances are you have an annual funding notice you need to get out to your employees. And finally, with respect to notices, if you have employees who are going to become eligible for the plan first part of the year, now's maybe a time to schedule an enrollment meeting, talk to your financial advisor or your plan consultants, and make sure you're properly notifying all of your new employees when they're becoming eligible for the plan. So that's checklist number 2, notices. Number 3, you might want to ask your TPA for a preliminary contribution check or compliance check. It's very important for tax planning, and sometimes the highly compensated employees want to make sure they're getting all of their last contributions in for the year. So let us double check your contributions and compliance testing at the end of the year. Spending a couple $100 on some projections may save you several thousand in taxes for advanced planning. So we want to make sure we help you with that. So that's number 3, preliminary testing and contribution calculations. Number 4 is distributions. Last week's question of the week related to required minimum distributions for shareholders over 70.5. Make sure you're also processing distributions for any small balances. Get those people paid out and out of your plan before the end of the year. And our ESOP plans that don't have publicly traded stock, you're going to want to get your distributions all processed before the end of the year. Your price changes on the last day of the year, so get those distributions processed. And then finally, number 5 on our checklist for year end is data gathering. Start collecting your employee records, any changes to shareholders or officers of your company or partners or partnerships, any employees of shareholders or partners. Your TPA needs to know who these people are so that we can adequately determine highly compensated employees, key employees. Make sure your deposits are all tracked so that we can check whether or not you had any late deposits for the year. We want to make sure your plan is as healthy as possible. We want to catch these little nuances before the DOL or the IRS does. We want to be your plan doctor. So with these 5 checklist items at the end of the year, your plan is guaranteed to be healthy. If you have any questions, call us. Click on the button below and we'll contact you. We love helping everybody keep a healthy plan. Happy New Year, everyone, and come back next week for another question of the week.